Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Brothers channel, and this is my first impressions look on the Nike Zoom Freak 4. So this shoe is Giannis Antetokounmpo's fourth signature shoe with Nike. I'm still very sad that Nike didn't choose to name the shoe the Antetokounmpos. As far as the price goes, we do not know yet, but the Zoom Freak 3 it was going for 120 bucks. It is on sale for like pretty cheap, like 90 to 100 bucks. Because of course the Zoom Freak 4 should be coming out soon. I got this from Korea, and if you see the price in won, which is the Korean currency, and try to see what that is in US dollars, that's around $115 in US, and it's probably going to be the same exact price. Probably gonna be 120 bucks. So of course that is just speculation, but that's my guess right now. But anyways, let's get started off with the tracciones. And for the traction here in this color, we have, this is a very dark gray color. It's not solid black. And for the traction pattern, this is the craziest and weirdest traction pattern I've ever seen. I wonder what does it remind me of? I don't know, it doesn't really remind me of anything. Just a very chaotic pattern, you know? It is multi-directional, of course. And then here in the midfoot, we can see like names. I'm pretty sure these are probably names of Giannis's like family, right? And also here in the forefoot, we can see the zoom backs. It is exposed, which is kind of weird. I don't know why you would do that. And if you like walk over something sharp, like a sharp rock or something, it'll definitely pop the zoom unit. So that does worry me a little bit. I guess the outsole is separated. It's a little bit decoupled. And if you guys can see, there is a little bit of space here as well. And here in the heel, we have Giannis Antetokounmpo's logo and some more of that chaotic pattern, right? So how does it feel on my wood floors? It doesn't feel too good. There's really no squeak at all. And the bite seems all right, you know, not amazing, not top tier. The finish on my floors is different from the finish on like basketball courts, but just on my wood floors, it doesn't seem amazing as far as my first impressions go. And for the durability seems really bad too. The grooves are so damn thin. There's not a whole lot of surface area. I guess there's a good amount of surface area at the edge of the toe box, but like where the high wear area is, like right here, there's not a whole lot, you know what I mean? And yeah, it's just a super soft rubber, very easily moved by my fingers, so I do not think it's going to be durable at all for outdoor use, so do be careful on that. But yeah, I mean, hopefully it does break in and get better, but as far as my first impressions go, I'm not very impressed. Alright, as far as the heel to toe transition goes, it feels overall pretty smooth right now, right? So here in the heel, we have a nice rounded and curved shape and fully exposed midsole. So that feels pretty nice here in the heel, and in the forefoot, we have a nice, very nice curved shape. And that's actually something that I noticed right when I put on the shoe and started walking around in it. Just this crazy curved shape here in the forefoot. And once I put a little bit of weight here, it like propelled me forward, kind of like a rocking chair, which I really like. And there's not a whole lot of flex here in the forefoot though. So I guess they tried to make that up with the crazy curved shape. And it makes sense that the forefoot isn't very flexible just because we have these crazy zoom units, right? So there's not a whole lot of bend there, but here in the midfoot, look at that. So I don't know, like, so I'm guessing they didn't put a midfoot shank plate in the Zoom Freak 4. Maybe it's just a really flimsy plastic or something. So hopefully the torsion support isn't terrible, but I don't think I'm gonna have any like huge issues with that. But overall, heel to toe transition feels pretty smooth. All right, moving on to the cushioning setup. So we don't know officially yet what the foam is, but if it was any type of nice foam like React or Cushlon or Lunalon, they would have put it on the shoe. I mean, I guess like Cushlon, they don't really say what it is, right? You know, like in the KD14, it doesn't say anywhere on the KD14s that it's Cushlon foam, so maybe it's Cushlon, I don't know. But on the Korean website, they're saying it's just Phylon, right? And honestly, it's not that bad. It's a softer type of Phylon, and like I said, it's pretty much fully exposed. Look at that here in the heel. Like, I love it. So in the heel, there's a pretty nice soft compression, and it feels pretty damn nice. Yeah, I really like that. And then here in the forefoot, we have these very large volume zoom units actually. Look at that. You can see it exposed here on the lateral and medial sides of the shoe, which is pretty cool. You can actually see the zoom unit, and also from the bottom, you can see it as well, like I mentioned before. But it's bottom loaded, right? And just like in the Zoom Freak 3, you can't really feel the zoom unit right underneath your foot. You know, comparing it to shoes like the Zion 2 or like the Kyrie's, which has, you know, the zoom strobe unit in the forefoot, or even a full length zoom strobe unit, you don't feel the zoom unit right underneath the foot, which kind of sucks, but it's more like that bouncy, like springboard effect, you know what I mean? So, like a springboard, or I guess like, you know, the boards that are on the pools. So that board is made out of wood, right? So which is pretty stiff right underneath the foot, but then it gives you that nice bounce, and that's what I mean, LeBron's and also the Zoom Freaks have felt like to me. So yeah, in the forefoot, not great if you want to feel the zoom right underneath the foot right now. Hopefully it breaks in and I can feel it a little bit more, but I have my doubts on that just because it does look like it is bottom loader, right? As far as the core feel goes, core feel feels pretty damn nice as well. And then for the insole, it says Freak. You know, it says Freak on there, and the insole is just a regular ortholite insole, nothing crazy. And then for the strobo board, it's actually very, very interesting. So there's a cutout, and then the phylum, we have like square shapes, right? And if you press it, it's actually really, really soft. The actual strobo board, like where the gray part is pretty stiff. But where there is a cutout, it's actually pretty soft, which I like. So in the heel, it actually, like the step-in comfort is nice, but in the forefoot, it's not as nice. So I actually really like that cutout. I was very surprised when I saw it. So yeah, the overall cushioning setup is actually pretty nice. Just the zoom unit is not as nice as I would like, right? So there's that. Moving on to the materials. So the materials are definitely a downgrade from the Zoom Freak 3 in my personal opinion. Like this, whatever material this is, like a really cheap textile material right here in the toe box, and it looks super cheap, especially with the fuse. And it feels like kind of cheap as well, a little cheap and flimsy, but overall it's super thin. It conforms to my foot actually really well, so I don't really mind the quality of the material all too much, you know, especially for like I guess 120 bucks. But you know, the PG6 has a really nice textile, you know, so I don't really mind that all too much on foot. But if you're looking for a nice quality material or a better quality material, this definitely is not the best, right? Also here on the medial side, we have a very soft mesh, which definitely does make sense just because you don't need like that much support here on the medial side of the shoe. You need more support here on the lateral side, which definitely makes sense, right? So I like this design, super soft mesh here on the medial side, and then here on the lateral side, we have a very like sturdy textile material. It's super thin, but there's no stretch to it, right? So I like that. And then as far as the padding in the tongue goes, we do have an oversized tongue, which is nice as per usual for a Zoom Freak model. And the padding is actually pretty nice. It feels nice and cozy on top of my foot, and it is a half booty construction build as well for a better overall one-to-one fit, and it keeps the tongue in place, right? Here in the ankle area, however, there is very minimal padding. Not a lot of padding actually. So yeah, I mean, overall it feels nice and minimal on foot. I do like the cozy tongue, which feels nice. And then here in the back of the shoe, it feels minimal again. So I like how it feels overall on foot, but the quality isn't the best. Also, of course, here in the middle of the shoe, we have the Nike swoosh, and over that we have, it's like a plastic, right? And whatever this pattern is, a zebra pattern or whatever, I really don't like, and I don't like this pink color all too much either. And also on the medial side, we have a swoosh, right? More like in the back of the shoe, we have a pretty interesting pattern on it as well. Moving on to the fit, I went true to size and it fits me extremely well. So here in the toe box, it's a snug fit, which I like. I can't really curl my toes up all too much, so that's a nice fit for me. And then width wise, it is slightly narrow, so watch out if you're a wide footer. And like I said, true to size is good for me. My toes go pretty much right to the edge of the shoe. So yeah, it fits pretty much like every other Zoom Freak model, like the Zoom Freak 3, 2, and 1. And I really like the fit overall so far. If you have a wide foot or you want a roomier fit, probably go up half a size. All right, as far as the support and lockdown goes, I feel like it's gonna be pretty damn good, right? So on the lateral side for lateral containment, I mean, there's not a whole lot going on here in the forefoot, so I guess I am a little bit worried about that. But this material overall feels pretty supportive. I mean, there's not a whole lot of, there's actually no stretch to it, right? So I feel like it'll be probably pretty supportive, right? And then here in the midfoot, we have this crazy Nike swoosh. And I don't know what it is with Giannis, but he really likes reverse swooshes. But yeah, I mean, we have the foam coming up and we have this plastic piece as well. So that'll be definitely very good for lateral containment. And here in the heel, we have an internal TPU heel counter, it feels like. So lateral containment feels like it's gonna be good. And for lateral stability, look at that, guys. Look at how much the midsole and outsole protrude out from the actual material where it ends right here. Like it's a crazy wide shoe as well, so I feel like it'll be laterally stable, so I don't really have any worries about that either. As far as the weight goes, the weight, it feels pretty damn light, you know, the super cheap materials. It'll probably be around like 11-12 ounces is my guess, right? Ooh, 11 ounces on the dot. That's actually super light. 11.18 ounces. So yeah, the Zoom Freak 4, super light. You know, the average weight of my shoes is around 12.5 ounces. It feels light, it feels very minimal, but also it feels cozy and comfortable because of the like more plush tongue. So I like that, and hopefully it is responsive. You know, the traction, like I said, I am a little bit worried about that, but overall on foot, it feels very nice and lightweight. Moving on to the aesthetics, I guess, you know, when I got it, it kind of grew on me a little bit, but I really dislike this colorway. This colorway is so bad. I'm super sad that this was the only colorway available and I had to get this one, but yeah, I mean, the purple with, I don't know, man, the gray and then like this lighter gray for the midsole and then the pink for the swoosh, and also for the logos, and then also for the lining we have this zebra print as well. So it's just I don't like this colorway at all. So hopefully, you know, some better colorways come out for this shoe, but I feel like the overall silhouette grew on me a little bit, right? So tell us what you guys think of the aesthetics down in the comment section below. So wrapping things up, it feels like a Zoom Freak model. You know what I mean? And that definitely isn't a bad thing. Like most of the things about the shoe feels pretty nice. I love the fit. The materials feel pretty damn nice on foot so far. Like it's minimal, it conforms to my foot, it feels supportive. Cushion feels nice with the softer foam. Although the zoom units in the forefoot that feel bottom loaded isn't that nice. But of course we do have to see on that traction, right? But all in all, my first impressions of the Zoom Freak 4 are actually pretty damn good. I'm pretty surprised. I thought I wasn't gonna like it as much, but I actually don't mind it all too much right now. So I'm gonna get to playing in these and testing them, and of course, performance review will be coming soon. But anyways, that about wraps up my first impressions for the Zoom Freak 4. Again, if you guys want to cop, I try to leave a link in the description box, but that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.